No, I'm kidding. No, please. You get in your car. You hit the freeway. First thing you hit, traffic jam. Wham, wham. Shots to your attitude. You finally get into the office in one piece. One of your coworkers walks up to you, immediately tells you how much they hate their job, how much their life stinks, and why you should care. Wham, wham, wham. 3 more shots to your attitude. Your boss walks in your office and reams you for something that you had absolutely nothing to do with. Pow, pow, 2 uppercuts to your attitude. Finally, you get in your car, you're about to drive home, you're almost there. Another traffic jam, pow, 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 1 more shot to the attitude, and you folks are completely knocked out. Which means, being from the East Coast, it means 2 things. 1, I speak too fast. Secondly, I have a tendency of being blunt. And allow me to demonstrate what I mean by blunt. When people ask you what you do for a living, and you spend all this time sharing all this wonderful, amazing information about all your businesses, I'm here to tell you, nobody cares what any of you do for a living. If you happen to be one of those people that's going, well, that was kind of cruel, well, I warned you that I'm blunt. But if you really have a problem with this, folks, get over it.
There used to be a website called fistbump.com. Are you familiar with fist bumping? See, now some of you are and some of you aren't. And for those of you that are, I'm going to take partial responsibility. Because this is a picture of me 2 years ago in Coolum giving a fist bump to a gentleman. And when I mentioned fist bumping 2 years ago, you all looked at me like I was from another planet. You know what fist bumping is? When you walk up to somebody and you just kind of go, hey, how you doing? As a matter of fact, folks, just so you know what I'm talking about, fist bump your neighbors. Go ahead, very quickly, fist bump your neighbor. Okay, hey, how you doing? There you go. Oh, there you go. Hey, how you doing? Oh, give it a, oh, there you go. How you doing? Right, there you go. But no matter how great fist bumping is, I can't imagine you walking up to your very biggest client and going, hi, how you doing? Nice to see you. Okay? It's just not going to work that way.
I don't know about anybody, you know,
Do you juggle?
Yes, I do. When I do a program, I'll do a program on fun called Finding Your Fun. I will have an entire audience of executives standing there trying to juggle. Do you know how much fun it is? Why is it when you try and do something work-wise that you can't figure out, you get angry and frustrated? But when you take 3 juggling balls and try and juggle that you've never done before, you laugh hysterically.
Do it. Okay, here.
So at least I could sit here and be comfortable, but I'm not looking all slunched over. Slunched? Is that a word? It works. Is it? Okay. You know what I love about being a speaker? You can use a word, and if someone hears a speaker say it, they think it's a real word. Okay. Well, it just so happens there's a friend of mine in here who is another speaker, so I had to ask him if it was a word, and Ron goes. So strunk, whatever the word is not a word. But you just got to take control of the posture that you have. Okay, if you're having one of these days where you're kind of a rough day, you know, you're kind of walking around like this and stuff like this, people are going to see this. How many of you have been to these motivational talks where you walk out the door and you're going, whoo-hoo, can bring on the world, you know, dancing around, hands in the air, and within 15 minutes, you're looking at yourself going, my life still sucks. Because why? The reason being is they don't show you what it takes to apply it and live it on a regular basis.
My dad sat me down and taught me how to shake hands. I remember this like it was yesterday. The sad part about this story is that my father passed away about 6 years later. My dad's been gone about 28 years. He died just after my 18th birthday. But every time I shake hands with someone, and every time I make that connection with somebody, it always goes back to him, because he started this for me.
Stupid plastic toy. I keep one of these in my car. Because if I get stuck in traffic, for instance, I'm driving down Tatum Boulevard to get here on time, there's construction. So I'm sitting there going, ooh, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm sitting in traffic. There's a song on the radio I'm listening to, so I pull out my little kazoo and I go, Now there's people watching this show going, this guy is insane.
Or what about the guy that's watching you that pulled up right next to you?
The best part about it, that person's going to look at me and laugh also. So not only, it's that whole pay it forward, it's that whole pass it on thing.
Second part of this is if you're really kind of bothered by them, okay, you can always hit them with a hammer. Okay, like no, but see, not a hammer like this. Okay, there's alternatives. See, what you got to do is you got to look at your business with a whole lot more fun. You got to hit them with a different hammer. Allow me to show you. Folks, this is a hammer. How many of you remember the television show Moonlighting? Okay, remember this? Sybil Shepherd. It was Bruce Willis's first big role. I didn't watch this. Would you just let's get a camera on her. She wants to sing the whole song, the whole theme song to this. Okay, it was a great program. But I got one thing out of this show. There was an episode once where Sybil was having a conversation. Maddie was her name, right? Okay. She was, and what was Bruce Willis's name in the show? What was that? David Addison. There you go. Wow. Wow. I'll take Moonlighting for 200, Alex. Okay. So there was a line that she said once about dress, and this is the line she said: "Don't dress for who you are, dress for who you want to be." But what this does is it helps break up problems at your office. Now, if you have somebody who's really bad, that you can hit them with a hammer, a brick, whatever you want, it just doesn't help. I have the perfect help for you. So this is what you need to do. You need to make sure you say to people, caution, stay away. So would you please kindly hold on to that right there.
Okay, well, all right, so it's a low-budget show, and we're saying, right, you want laughs? Take another close-up. Craig, here we go. This is it. People are saying, wait a minute, that's the Martian Poppy thing. Why is it you have to laugh at this?
And that's really the point that I'm trying to get across to people, is if you look at this, yes, this is a stupid rubber toy that they've been selling for probably 40 years. But if you're having a tough day at work and your boss is giving you a hard time, and you can go like something like,
yes,
it makes you feel better.
Program last year, the last Amoka conference, where you talked about processes and talked about yesterday that you have a 40-step process on how to become more successful in this business. 40 steps. My God, alcoholics and drug addicts only need 12. And you folks need 40.
I have one recording. I could literally make 3 products out of this. One, I can get a DVD out of this because we have it on video. 2, I can make an audio CD because I can take this to my video people here and have them strip the audio off and just make an audio CD. 2 products, 1 shoot. I can then take that audio CD, have that transcribed, potentially turn it into an ebook or a booklet, or if it's a long enough program, oh my God, a book! From one single presentation. Videotape yourself and watch it in fast forward. Because if I have a tendency of going like this a lot, when I watch the video, I'm going to watch myself go. You learn real quick. I used to keep my hands in my pockets a lot until I watched myself on the video.
When I first started to become a speaker, I wanted to do something which kind of set me apart. Well, I went out and actually had my own bobblehead made, okay, which still brings down the house every time I bring it out because, can I show this on the camera? Can you turn this around? This is the truth in advertising, okay? It's the part that people really like the most is the little bald spot on the back. Oh, please, don't get any closer than that.
If I don't give you some sort of reaction, whether it be a huh, or a ha ha ha, or a ah, or whatever, I've missed it. When someone asks you that question, this is an opportunity for you to create the beginning of a connection. Okay? I like having my arms crossed. You know, there are times, I mean, any golfers in the room, do you know why we actually close these curtains? See, you all think it was because of the glare. I just can't stand watching a golf course that I'm not on. Okay, I'm an avid golfer. Every time I'm on a tee box waiting for my partners to tee off, I'm like this. Believe me, I'm not closed off and negative. I'm just waiting for somebody to hit.
Dad was always the goofball. And I have no problems with that. You know, I have no issues. People go, well, why, every so often someone will say, well, why don't you ever grow up? It's like, why? Look at all the grown-ups that are out there. Do they have any fun? Are they living any longer? No, they're not. They're just old and grouchy. But parents can either be in the stands or on the court with your kids. In the stands, as in like watching them and just kind of being around them, or be on the court where you are involved in everything they do. My daughter's almost 18, so her and I see each other a lot, but it's a different relationship. I have a 14-year-old son. When him and I are together, we watch movies, we play NFL Monopoly, we throw football, we go hang out, we do stuff that's fun. So when I am with my kids, I do everything possible to make sure we're having as much fun as
Do
possible.
me a favor so that I can continue to have the same kind of fun that I do most every day. Don't grow up. Forget your troubles. Come on, get happy. Actually, we're